My name is Anibel Reeves, and I took 2 LCs last semester for fall 2023. I took the course with Mark Clinton and Raul Gutierrez, the Intro to Latinx Studies and the History of Social Justice courses. And I also took the one with Melissa Wise, the Intro to Sociology, and Lisa... I always forget Lisa's last name. Yes, for the Handmaid's Tale LC. And one thing that I took that was such a positive aspect from both of those LCs was the collaboration between not only the students, but also within like the community and like other colleges. The LC that me and Nick both took, we got to collaborate with one with Therryhurst, the museum in Holyoke, but then also with Amherst College in Amherst. And like for the Handmaid's Tale LC that I took, I was able to collaborate with the nonprofit that's located in Springfield, Mass. But it's a It's a workshop building nonprofit that's called Voices Within Inside that works with Hampden County and Hampshire County jails for women. My first full year before I took the LCs, before that was I did a bunch of standalone classes, a lot of online classes, a lot of asynchronous and everything. And my first year, I was in a debate afterwards of if I wanted to continue on attending school. But it was because I felt like I was struggling in a way that I couldn't see myself succeed in a really good class. And then I finally took classes that I was like, oh my God, I can succeed in many different ways, where I finally saw all A's on my transcript again, and I was like, oh my God, that I can do that. So yeah.
The one learning community that I took was the Intro to Latinx Studies and Politics, and basically it was just like a fusion of like the history of Latinx studies, like culture, injustices, basically relearning my whole history basically, besides Beer's class. But I loved it. It was with Mark and Raul, we were fortunate enough to like collaborate with other schools, other places in the community, and I love them because it enhances the learning of the student by allowing them to like hear the perspectives of 2 different teachers at once. Although it can be like a lot of like back and forth, like what's going on, every day you leave learning something new. You like feel better, like, because you actually like are participating in class. They're collaborating with you. The learning communities, they match the energy of the students. That's why I say it differs from a regular class, because with a regular class, a standalone, you really don't know the teaching style. The teacher, I'm taking one right now, and it makes me miss my LC a lot, because the teacher like doesn't like try to learn our names, doesn't like ask us questions, and it's like maybe like 10 more kids than the LC. I'm like it more for like the class collaboration and like inclusion basically, and I recommend it to everybody.
My name is Alexandra Santiago. I remember it really well because they actually took us on a trip. Like we went out of campus and got involved in the community. We went to see Don Quixote in Connecticut, which perfect, like Latinx studies with theater. It was very memorable, and like experiences that stuck with me from my time here at HCC. Another thing I would say that was my experience with LCs was the lifelong connections that I made through my Intro to Latinx Studies and theater class. I made plenty of friends, and I still keep in contact with Raul Gutierrez and Pat. So it's a great opportunity for students to grow as students, but also as individuals, gain more confidence, like I said, and just create excellent connections.
I think learning communities, particularly here at HC, have been life-changing. And I think, like so many students say, once you took one, you wished you had taken all of your classes as LCs. I think that is a consistent thing that I've seen both as a student at HCC way back when. So I graduated in 2013 as an adult student. And I am so incredibly grateful for the professors who taught those courses, and for the people who took them and were brave enough to invest in those courses in the way that I learned to invest. So I think learning, you talked about lifelong connections, and I think for me that's one of the most beautiful parts of LCs is that I developed a lifelong learning love of learning, right? Because I came into the space and realized that there was so much I didn't know, and that I was so capable of digging deeper and thinking critically and learning about things that, again, I was an adult student. I didn't even realize what I didn't know, and then realized that I could have an opinion about it and that I could learn more about it. And it was the first time I had ever felt smart as a student. And that has stayed with me. I feel what it felt like to be sitting in that class and being so nervous and being like, I don't know that I belong here. And sitting here now, these many years later, advising students consistently, like, you should absolutely take a learning community because I promise it will change your life. That's the work that learning communities do. They inspire you to imagine things that you can be beyond the moment, right? Beyond you as just a community college student who's just trying to get through. It's about, like, you taught us the freedom dream in these learning communities, and that's real. That's real.